Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles site, their fandom site, that'll have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. We are continuing our Inktober series for the month of October, doing a ton of black and white issues. I've covered issue 17 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. I covered John Byrne's OMAC. I've covered The Dark Knight Returns and Batman Year One, all in the black and white editions. And this is one of my favorite stories. Um, and one of the early this is from 1989, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 19. Now, this is part of the Return to New York trilogy. It is written by both Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. uh, the pencils of this issue are the pencils on all three issues are done by Jim Lawson, but he's gonna have different inkers. So this issue is gonna be inked by Peter Laird himself, and so um, great cover here. The cover is done by Jim Lawson. He pencils and inks the cover himself, and so this, of course, now is a double page spread of the cover here, and it just looks so freaking awesome. And here they're using some screen tones in the background here to create this shade here. A lot of screen tones, a lot of dual tones, everything. If you whatever tone they can be used, they did it. And look at all these slashes. This is the most Inktober. These three issues coming up of the Return to New York, and I'll do each issue separately, but each one is a is an ode to Inktober because every issue someone goes crazy with the inks. And wait till you see issue 21. Issue 21 has the greatest double page spread that I have ever seen. And Cartoonist Kayfabe has made a video of that as well. Feel free to check it out if you want to get a jump start on it. But I'll have it in about 3 days, and you can see the greatest double page spread of all time in there. So we see Raphael here, and he's in the sewers, and I love this kind of breaking the panels, slowing things down by putting two images and just kind of making you slow down as you read the wordless thing here. And so you see here he's here, but now we're gonna go back, and he's sitting here, and so here are all the other turtles, and Raphael, who's the hot-headed one. Here is Michelangelo. You can see by the nunchucks, and Donatello working on stuff because Donatello's kind of the science wizard, and Raphael says, "I can't stand it anymore." And so no one kind of paid attention to him, and he's like, "I said I can't stand it anymore." And so Michelangelo, or no, sorry, Donatello, just kind of gleans back, and I think these are dual shades, and that is something that I have explained before what it is. And it's a special paper that you used, a special chemical that would release these things. So instead of putting the screen tones on it, you would use this. However, it's not very archival. Just so that you know, it would end up turning brown and yellow. And so Raphael continues, "Are you deaf? This place is driving me crazy, understand?" And so he throws the newspaper, and Donatello and Michelangelo just kind of stare at him. And Donatello goes back to his work and he's like, here we go again. And Michelangelo says, now look, Raph, we all. And he's like, no, as he jumps in. You look, it's been a year, man, a whole friggin' year, and we're still stuck here. And he says the Shredder came back and kicked our butts. And Michelangelo says life is good here. It's given us time to heal, to accept what's happened. Leo's needed this time too. And Donatello says, we're not the guardians of society, Raphael. We never were. And Raphael says, oh, bull. Listen to you guys. I can't believe what I'm hearing. We've all had more than enough time to, what did you call it, heal? And so Raphael continues, you know as well as I what we have to do. We failed, damn it. How can you live with that? I can't. And so he goes, Leo's lost it. He's scared. He can no longer lead us. And so there's a slam, and you're going to see one of my favorite panels as well. This is also one of my favorite pages coming up here. And so you see the slam, and everybody kind of looks, and he says, what? And I absolutely love this. Even this is in black here. And look at all the duo tones and duo shades and duo this and tone this that is in here. And then we've got some cross hatching, and my god, they were having fun here. So I absolutely love this this page here. That is so freaking cool. And Leonardo says, what's the problem, Ralph? And Raphael says, you heard me. You're the problem, Leo. And so Raphael says, this sucks. I hate feeling this way. You know we have to go back. And Leo just kind of stares at him. And so Raphael continues. By the way, this is a tail, not a penis. And so he says, we're dying here, rotting from the inside out, and it's your fault. We wait, and yet you do nothing. And so he kind of pushes him out of the way. If you won't do the right thing, I will. And so he takes out his sword. It is not yet time. I'll say when, and then we go as a team. And Raphael says, oh, man. And then he shoves the sword out. He goes, you make me sick. And he keeps yelling at Leo and says, wake up and smell the roses, big boy. This ain't no dude ranch or rehab clinic. We're four down and out ninjas. We're hiding out here. No, you're hiding out here, scared to face facts, and you're dragging us all down with you. Fun and games are over, chump. Look at yourself. So remember, Raphael has a bad, rotten attitude. So you're a coward. And so again, these are dual tones being applied. So this is up here and down here are just the one sides, and then here you see the other ones being applied here. And he says, Raphael says, I'm going back alone. And so you see this thump thump and whiz, and Leo says, I said no. And Raphael looks down and looks at him and goes, mistake. This is so well drawn. So then we see a fight between the two of them, and you see it's nice that they hold the weapons so you can tell who's who. And so we see Leonardo here with the sword. And so he knocks down Raphael. Man, look at all this. You were always good, Leo, says Raphael. One of the best, which makes life here even more of a crime. And so Raphael continues, you owe us, man. And so Raphael is not ready to quit. And he says, time to start paying. And so off they go again. And so Raphael and Leo are still going at it. Just wonderful stuff here. I love this right here. This is just so freaking good. And so, man, Raphael knocks down Leonardo, and he says, "Stay down." And Leo's like, "Yeah, right." And so they continue here, and Leo's getting ready to stab his brother here. He's like, um, so he grabs. He says, "Next time, don't use a wooden sword." And Leo's like, or I'm sorry, Raph is like not having any of it here. So they continue fighting, and Leonardo's like, "You are not leaving. Do you hear me?" And they keep fighting, 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 and fight. Leo is who I kind of lost track who's who here because there's no weapons here, so I'll have to wait a second here to find out who got thrown where because no weapons. Yep, no weapons. And so it looks like Leonardo was the one that was thrown. So this is Raphael here. So Donatello runs to him, and Michelangelo says, "Raph, wait." And he's like, "Don't even think about it, Mike. See you around." And Donatello's like, "You okay, Leo?" And so um, Raphael is leaving as the snow falls. And so now the foot soldiers are running through the sewers, um, possibly looking for Raphael. So Raphael sees them and decides, "Hey, I'm going to go follow them." He recognizes them. So they were not looking for him, but he, of course, recognizes them. So he goes after them. And this one looks behind him. And then they just keep going. And so here comes Raph, lands, and he takes out his sai, and the ninjas, the foot soldiers, throw their throwing stars at him. I love this. That is so cool here. And I think Jim Lawson is the best Turtles penciler out there. Kevin Eastman is the best inker of them, but Kevin Lawson is, or Jim Lawson is awesome. And so they continue fighting. And you can see here Raph draws blood. And he's like, "Your move, Spud." And so he smiles. And the foot soldier looks. And then he leaves. And Raph goes after him. Jumps. And gets on him. And you see this shack. And he's like, more more this coming, more coming, okay, more coming this way, sorry. So from here to here to here, and so here they come. And it's a lot of pages, but it's such an easy read because there's not really a lot of words, but it's like a 40-page issue. So man, am I good for Inktober or what? Bringing you stuff that normally I wouldn't cover, and not because there's anything wrong with it, just because there's just not so much time here. So, and so apparently there's a lot of foot soldiers down in the sewers here. So Raph's gonna run, and then he's like, "Wait, not foot." He says something else that's so strange. And so apparently there's something going on in the sewers. It's not sewer water. He says, "Yet familiar." And you can see the spluck. "Can't place it. Belope." And so suddenly this creature comes through. And look at the rats here. And Raph is like, "What the heck?" And he screams, and then we see the turtles coming through. Love this. So it's nighttime, and so here's a lamppost, and so they're heading down to the sewers. Love all this dual tone and dual shade. It is, it can get a little overwhelming as I've mentioned before because with the inks and all that kind of stuff, but um and so we continue here and he opens this wall here and they get through and Raphael says, "Welcome home. I knew you'd show up sooner or later. I have a plan and a little help." And so the curtain opens up and in comes one of these triceratop that was introduced, and so we get to our final page here. So yeah, so here we go. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 19 by Kevin Eastman with Peter Laird, a story Jim Lawson with the pencils, and Peter Laird was our inker, and I think Peter Laird did a remarkable job. But believe me, when it's all done, you are gonna look at the third issue going, "Wow!" So, like and subscribe. I do thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.